Okay, and we are live. Guys, good evening. How you doing today? This is Gift BestJnr. You know me already. This is your first time joining the any Masterverse event. You probably see my face for the very first time. My name is Gift BestJnr. If you don't know who I am the managing partner of the Masterverse, and Masterverse is a platform that we want to equip entrepreneurs, we want to equip professionals, we want to equip people who want to make a mark in life, who want to leave a legacy. We want to equip them with the right resources, with the right information, the right skill, the right knowledge that they need to actually make the difference in the world. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to create a community of masters in their craft, masters in whatever they do. So whether you're a graphics designer, whether you're a marketer, whether you're just a regular entrepreneur, whether you're selling something, whether you're a consultant, whether you're a coach, whatever you're doing, we are creating a community of master experts, people who are not just hustling, people who have a definition, a strategy to their execution. They know what they want. They know what they are doing. They know where they are going to. They know the result. I was telling someone a couple of days ago that one of the things that is most predictable in this life is future. The future is highly predictable. So all that stuff where they say your destiny, nobody knows what tomorrow holds. No, that is just a belief that is wrong. So flawed. Because if you know what I'm currently doing, if you know my thought patterns, if you know the principles that guide my life, if you know the values that I respect, if you know the things that I do, if you know how my life functions by the structure with which my life functions by, you can accurately predict the kind of future that I would have, regardless of who I am, regardless of where I'm from. If you can have a proper understanding of who I am, you can predict the future that I would have. So this is why we want to raise a community of people who are intentional about their life, and therefore their results are predictable. So they know that, okay, I need to get better in this aspect of my life. So therefore, in 5 years' time, my results will be a function of the effort that I put in that area of my life. And that is what we're doing with the Masterverse. So if you're joining us for the very first time, just put your name in the comment section. Two things, actually. Put your name in the comment section where you're joining us from. And then number two, get this link and share it with someone. Now, we're going to be up here for a couple of minutes, about an hour. But I'm going to promise you something, that this will be the most productive 1 hour that you have today. Just stay tuned. Just stay tuned. This will be the most productive 1 hour that you have today. So get the link, share it with someone, and we are starting right about now. I'm going to share the link in the community, in our Telegram community right now, so the people who are in the community waiting for us to get started, they can join the conversation. Yeah, so put a comment, tell us where you're joining from. Tolu, I can see you. Regina, I can see you. Thank you so much for joining so early. We should have an award for people who join us early. Thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, so please take the link to this conversation, put it on your status, share it to your community. Let's get them here on this conversation. Tonight, we're going to be raising masters in their craft, masters in whatever they do. So sit back and enjoy the show. Today, we're going to be talking about brand mastery. How can you build a brand identity that is able to withstand the changes in your industry? How can you build a brand identity that is profitable? Because the truth is, I tell people that there are a lot of creative people actually out there. There are a lot of people we see who are doing amazing stuff, but we've seen people who are doing less than what most people are doing, yet their brand is more profitable than the people who are doing all the work. So at the end of the day, they're saying that it is not a function of how hard you can work, but a function of how smart you can work, how better you can position your brand, how effectively you can brand yourself, package yourself. There's a reason why, if you get to ShopRite, the normal bread that you can buy for 200 naira beside your house, that woman's shop, you can buy the bread 200 naira. When you get to the ShopRite, you get to a supermarket, you get to somewhere where the product is properly packaged, you can buy that same product for 500 naira. Instead of 200 naira, you buy it for 500 naira. And amazingly, you are going to buy it with satisfaction, with pride. Sometimes you're even going to buy it at a discount. 500 naira is a discount, which is 300 naira higher than what that woman beside you is selling. Now, the difference between these, it's not like the bread that you get in the supermarket is going to give you a different kind of satisfaction than the one you get from that woman. It's not that it has more protein. It's not that it has less calorie or less carbohydrate or whatever is there, but it's a function of its packaging, its branding. So at the end of the day, the person in the supermarket makes times two of what that woman would make. That brand becomes more profitable. So tonight, we're going to be learning how can you, whatever, regardless of what you do, whether you're a content creator, whether you're a graphics designer, whether you're a video editor, whether you're a cinematographer, whether you're a photographer, whether you're a baker, whether you're an author, whether you're a coach, whatever you do, how can you make your brand so profitable that you're rightly positioned in front of those people who want your product? And not just in front of them, but you are maximizing the worth, the value of your brand anytime, any day. And that's what we're going to be talking about. And amazingly, today I have several courses on branding, right? Today I would love to take that conversation, but amazingly, I want us to listen to an expert, another expert who has, now one of the things I like about Oche is the fact that he's not someone who is working for people, helping people redesign their lives, redesign their businesses, but the fact that he has personally built over 5 brands. 5, I'm not talking, some people are still struggling with one, but he has been able to build 5 brands that are not just making impact, but are profitable. 5 brands that are well positioned, 5 brands that if you come in contact with them, you would automatically love them. So I want him to share today. He's going to be sharing his experience. He's going to be sharing some of the principles that have allowed him to build the things that he has built. And today I want you to sit back. I want you to get your pen, get your book, share the link, sit down, put this video on landscape mode, and then let's get started. You're going to get value to the extent that at the end of this section, you want to pay tithes. But of course, we don't collect tithes, right? But I'm sure you want to do that. So I'm going to be bringing up right now Oche, who is a multidisciplinary designer and the founder of several brands that he's going to be introducing to you. So I wanted to, can we just, a round of applause, just clap, give us a digital clap before I bring him on. If there's no clap, I'll just close this meeting, we'll just go, let everybody go, let's go and sleep. Just clap, let me see some digital claps. Tabitha, thank you so much for joining us. Belumi, thank you so much for joining us. Let's see some clap. Let's see some clap. Where is your clap? I can't see your clap. Digital clapping. Where is it? If I just see one, I'll bring him up. If I don't see anyone, you'll continue seeing my face. Thank you so much, Martins. Thank you so much, Catalyst. Thank you so much, Alaba. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Right. Thank you so much for giving I guess the honor that he deserves today. Thank you so much. I'm going to be bringing him up right now. Thank you so much, Oche, for joining us on this conversation. How you doing?
I'm doing great. It's
so good to have you here. It's so amazing to have you here. I've been following your work for a couple of while. We've had different conversations. There was even a time I wanted to start a new brand, and one of the things I did was I reached out to Oche and I was asking him that, okay, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to do. What do you think about this? And the even though it's supposed to be a paid consultation that he gave to me for free, but the kind of contribution he gave helped me to sit down and rethink what I wanted to do. And that was so valuable to me. So thank you so much for getting on this call with us. We're so happy to have you here today. We're so happy to learn from your wealth of experience. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, please
All right.
take it up.
Thank you so much for having me. My name is Oche. I am a graphic designer, a video designer, and so on. So, but there's a concept why I don't mention every single one of them. Is because it feels like you are not really serious with what you are doing. So, I'm a multidisciplinary designer and founder of so many brands, to the point a lot of people think I am not serious with my life. So, I'm the founder of uh, Box Nine. Box Nine is a ticketing uh, solution services for brands. So it's like when you want to do an event, you want to host an event, and you want to, set up a page, a land page to get tickets, take attendance, and all of those type of things. Box Nine is the event, and then I'm into media and communications, which is Chase and Radar. Chase is a news and publication company for Gen Z. So if you're in Gen Z and you want to get content in a way that doesn't make you feel like you're not using your life well, so come and subscribe to Chase. We're on Instagram and you can get premium content on a regular every single day, straight up. Then Radar is a music streaming, is a music advertising brand for artists. But if you want to get songs and playlists from people that you've not heard before but are actually doing things in the music industry, can get those songs on Radar. Then I have a learning platform where I teach designers, social media marketers, and social media managers and content creators. So if you want to learn how to create content in a way that you know that captivates your audience, in a way that you don't need to get the premium stuffs or pay for something very premium. We create quality content that will help you become a profitable content creator, a profitable designer, and a profitable social media manager. You don't have to manage 10 accounts to make money. So yeah. So, and then I have a platform for music streaming. Is in the works. But it's called Glimfire, and I have a design agency called Design Something. And lastly, I have a community for people who are interested in growth. If you want to see profitable growth in your life, in your career, in your finance, and as a person who is trying to build a business online, I have a brand called Quickened. It's a community for growth. That was the initial goal. And we are doing a lot of things. And by the grace of God, we are inspiring communities and helping people make the money that they need to make. Now, before I move to my topic, I would love to say something. The reason why many people are not so empowered is not because of lack of resources, is majorly because of lack of information. And now, this lack of information is because of the fact that, you know, oh, sorry, I'll put it this way. It's in two different dispensations. Before, we started living in the digital world, back in the millennial ages or boomers ages, you see that it was hard for our parents then to get quality information because there was no such thing as a cell phone. There was no such thing as internet. So, but that time it was difficult. Like you have to pay so much to get quality information. In fact, many of us, our parents stop either at Form 4. You hear them say they stop at Form 4 some stop at Form 2. So it's because there was no uh the there was no I'll put it this way, there was no sufficient finance that was enough for them to be able to continue their education. About 10% of 100% was were able to get quality education, and then 40% of them were just into farming and learning a particular skill to help them make a living. But now, that time we can be very gentle, and we can say that yes, maybe because of the fact that they didn't have money, that was why they didn't get the necessary information. But in this day and age, in this dispensation, there's no secret anymore. Yeah, that's the first thing you need to put in your mind. If you want to be the best CEO, everything you need to be the best CEO is available right now on the internet. You just need time to sit down with yourself and ask yourself questions, and then do things that will help you become the best CEO. So that's the thing. So it's not about the information now. It's about the ignorance in people not understanding how to get the quality information that they need. So if you want to learn about building a profitable brand, everything you need to build a profitable brand is available on the internet. So I move to my next slide. Now, before you can build a profitable brand, you need to have a clear picture of who and how your brand looks like. Now, people think branding is about the design. People think branding is about the fanciness of fonts, like the quality video, the quality background, all those type of things. As much as those things are very important, that is not what you need to know. You need to have a vivid image of what your brand will look like even before you create it. How much it will be making before you create it. How you want to position yourself even before you create it. All of these things needs to be somewhere, and you need to have them written down so that when you start, you have a clear picture of where you are going to. Now, the mistake we make is we skip all of those process and we go to the planning of opening the social media account, the talking to people. You can't do those things if you don't have a solid foundation of how your brand looks like, who you are targeting, and how you can reach out to your customers. What kind of content can you create? Because all of these things are very, very exhausting. And when you start, it is not going to make any sense for you to stop halfway. So that's one key thing to do. So before you start, take time with yourself. Get a notepad. That's something I do every single year. This is my notepad for last year. I got a new one for this year. In fact, I got two. This one is rough sketch. This one is for main plan. Why? Because it is very, very good to know that as much as we are in the digital age where you have your phones, there's notes, there's all of those things. This is where ideas are majorly formed. This is where you can write, and as you are writing, you can visualize. Many of us downplay these things because we know that there's social media and there's phones. You can use your notes, you can use everything, you can use different things. No, this is the foundation. Yeah. So plan how you want your brand to look like. Have a vivid imagination of who you are going to reach out to. How much do you want to make? Everything that you desire for your brand to have, make sure you have them planned. Then the next thing to now ask yourself is, who are you targeting? Like, the reason why many people, I did a survey last year and I found out that one of the major reasons why people don't make money from from their brands online is because they don't know who they're selling to. And I promise you, you can have the best product, you can have the most luxurious product. If you don't know who you are targeting as a client, as an audience, as somebody, oh, this is who I want to patronize me, oh, this is who I want should follow me. If you don't have a detailed understanding of who these people are, you cannot make sales. Did you notice not everybody drinks pure water? As glamorous or popular as pure water can be, not everybody drinks pure water. There was a time I was in a bus and somebody could not just see pure water. Like they don't like to even hear pure water. And I was like, why? Pure water is something everybody drink. The person was insisting on bottled water. Why? It's because bottled water speaks to that person differently than it does to everybody. For some of us, we can take bottled water. We can take pure water. Anyone that we find at our disposal, we can. For some of us, we don't even like bottled water. We feel bottled water is a scam. Like that is scamming us. It's the same 50 cl that is in the pure water, it's the same 50 cl in the bottled water. So that's what some of us think. And then for some of us, we believe we don't even want to taste pure water because it's nylon. Now, how do you find or target your audience? This is the crux of personal branding. But before I talk about that, let me talk about the next thing first. If you don't know who you are targeting, you won't be able to sell your services. It's as simple as that. You can be showing up consistently. In fact, you can run ads. You can do everything you want to do. But if you don't know who you are targeting, you'll be like somebody who just entered the road and be shouting, "Come and buy what I'm selling! Come and buy what I'm selling!" But you don't know who you are targeting. You are just making noise. Your brand messaging and everything feels like noise because you don't know who you are targeting. So if you want to sell, have a vivid understanding of who you are targeting. Now let me talk about how do you define the people you are targeting before I now talk about brand identity. Now, the people you are targeting, you need to have a survey with yourself before you start any brand. Now, let me give you a real life uh, case study. I was having a conversation with Gift Best just recently. I was telling him I just started a brand, and I don't know if the slide can go back to the brands logo that I put in the beginning. If you check, there's one called Radar TM with the Radar circular target line. Now it's on Instagram. Before I started that brand, I asked myself some questions because I've created brands in the past 6 to 7 years. I've been creating brands. Now I asked myself one question. I don't want to make the same mistakes I made when creating all of this one. I later found out the key in between, and I don't want to do the same thing for this one. I want to understand what I want to do from the beginning before, you know, starting it. So I took a sheet of paper. I asked myself, in the gospel industry, there's already so much artists that sing worship songs. There's Sinach. We can begin to mention. So now there's a whole lot of people. Now there's a new style and a new genre of gospel that is beginning to become popular that even Christians themselves are neglecting. And it's called Afro gospel and urban gospel music. This type of music are songs that you can vibe to. There are songs that you can play at your wedding to be able to dance. There are songs that you can play for your wife just to show that you love your wife. They sound like secular songs. They sound like songs that shouldn't be for gospel until you pay attention to the lyrics. So they might sound like it's not a gospel song, But if you listen to it very well, you begin to understand that, oh, this is what this person is saying. This is what this person is trying to communicate to me. Now, I ask myself, who will I reach out to as a a customer or the audience I'm looking for? I said no, I don't want to target Christians. Christians already have a mixed feelings about this song, except for Christians who have deep understanding about God, they will be able to relate. But for those that don't know, I don't want to waste my time trying to convince them. With time, they will understand. But I want to target people that are not Christians. Why? I want to use it as a medium to pull them to the reality that, oh, being a Christian is not always boring. Yeah, it's not always boring. If you listen to my playlist, you will think I am not a Christian until you listen carefully to the lyrics. So I said no, let's target this set of people. And I said no, this audience or this demography of people are very large. How can I distill it to be exact? So I said let's move to Gen Z and youths. I'm not looking for your mom to like my songs or to listen to follow my brand. I'm not looking for such an. I'm looking for Gen Z with within the age of 15 to youth age, and then young children, because there's something I also found out too, that it's easier for the younger children to learn songs than adults. See, I have done this research and I've seen it. You can see there was a particular event in my area. Somebody did a party to just celebrate the new year and they were playing one Charlie Poppy song. I was so shocked seeing 3 year olds singing the lyrics word for word. I was like, wait, is there a demography of audience that Christians are ignoring? I said, no, I'm going to target help. Now, why am I giving you these case studies? I'm trying to tell you that if you are looking for your audience, you need to be exact. Like, you need to know who they are, what they like, how they react, how they behave, so that you'll be able to understand where to put your brand and sell to them. That's the basic thing. Because if you know what I like as a person, like 20% of people in the world automatically like what I like to a level. Now imagine now you now know different people's likes. You bring that survey answers and build your brand based on the answers. I promise you will see results. So if you want to sell, have a full description of what your audience likes, how they behave, how they react towards some brands. And when you have that answer, you can build a brand that it will stand the test of time. There was something somebody said that I watched online. He said, if you go anywhere in the world, you will see the sun, you will see the moon, and you will see the Bible. But he now said something. You will see one more thing, a Coca-Cola bottle. Coca-Cola has successfully reached everywhere to the ends of the earth. They have reached everywhere to make sure they sell. Why? Because they understand that they have a great product. Now, why should you care so much about your audience? It's because you have a great product and you believe in your product that this person is supposed to be using my product or my service. It's not just about making money. Of course, as making money is very, very important. It just means that you have a great service, a great product that they need to see, that they need to use, or that they need to patronize. So you should care so much. When you have that full knowledge, you can now say, oh, you want to now talk about your brand identity. Now, to my next slide. Brand identity helps you visually attract your audience. When you know how your target audience look like, you use your identity. Do you know that some brands, you just see the logo is only one letter, just L, and there's nothing more, and you'll be like, what kind of ridiculous logo is this? Don't blame them. It's because they've done survey on who their audience is and they know what they like. So they created the logo based on what their audience like. That's why it's very difficult for some brands to just change their logo anyhow. There was a case study that happened with Gap, the fashion industry brand. They changed their logo. Their customers complained that they should change it back. Why? Because the customer controls the market. They're the one that buy things from you. So your brand identity serves as as your service. So you should pay more attention to a good brand identity. We can talk about this one for a long time, but I'm just going to give you some few key things to note. You should invest immensely in your identity, especially if you are building your brand on social media. Quality can never be compromised. Should never be in fact, it should be your priority. Have you not seen people who are even scammers? They have good websites. They have the best designed websites. Their Instagram page is so clean. You won't even know that they are scammers. Why? It's because even the scammers understand that if you want to visually captivate somebody, you must use a good brand identity. So that's the importance of it. Then after you've done that, your content and your brand personality is what keeps them after you have visually attracted them. So as much as your brand identity is great and everything sweet looks nice, your content and your brand personality is what keeps them. That's the next slide. So it keeps them. What makes you like Masterclass? It's not because of Masterclass itself. It's because of the content and the personality that Masterclass gives. So Masterclass on its own is an invisible person trying to get you to understand something. There's a feeling you tie to the brand based on what it is giving you per time. It's trying to make you feel your life is valuable. It's trying to make you feel like there's more to just making money. That's what it does. It's the branding. So it's that thing that keeps people to keep subscribing to Masterclass. Have you not seen some people that when a particular post goes viral, the next few weeks of that account, you start seeing that the Instagram followers they'll be increasing. Now it's not that viral post that caused it. The viral post just served as a lead magnet. That I am here, and this is the type of content I have. Then the content that person has been creating for a long time is what keeps them. And as that content is there, the content speaks to them every single time. It serves as a means to keep them. They see a reason to follow you. People don't follow you because they like you. Just have it at the back of your mind. They follow you or they patronize you because of what they will get. They are selfish. So it's what they will get that really matters. Not whether they like you, whether you are one celebrity. Nah, it's because of what they can get from you. Let's say, for example, uh, some people follow you because your house is fine, and you post your house on social media. They aspire to have their own houses like that, but they're not there yet. So they use your page as a visual representation of what they want. The moment they achieve that, they throw you away. Yeah, there was something Salem King said. He said people follow you because of three things. Number one, either because of the fact that you can resonate with them from their childhood experiences. That's one. Two, you serve as a current um way of connecting their real life stories right now. Your content serve as a means that reminds them of their real life present situations right now. And then finally, future hopes and dreams. If your content gives them that ability to dream for a better future, they will follow you. So people don't follow you because they like you. They follow you because of what they get from you. So your content and brand personality keeps them. It keeps them from, you know, to say, okay, yes, let me keep patronizing this person. So that's it. So invest heavily on your content. Still on content, the next slide. Your content is your act of service, and it serves as a proof that you value your community or clients or customers. That is why we say show up consistently. The reason why we channel that message is because if you want people to actually believe in you, especially on social media, if you want to show that you are trustworthy, consistency is inevitable. And consistency is in different mediums. For some people, it can be Monday, Tuesday, Friday. They post 8 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, Friday. It's consistent. They don't change it. Rain, fall, sunshine, they are there. For some people, it's on a regular basis, every single day, 7 a.m. They're churning out content. For others, it might be just one Friday. Have you not seen that sometimes your favorite show that streams only on Friday, you are always anticipating for it? It's because they've created value in a way that they've gained your trust. So for them to still value you, for you to feel like they value you, they have to meet up with that time that they've said. So they said 7 p.m. this show starts. So 7 p.m. it's going to start. Rainfall, sunshine, it's going to start. Except something came up. And if something comes up, they make a post to tell you that, oh, something came up. So your content is an act of service, and it serves as a proof that you value your audience. And once your audience begin to feel like you value them, they begin to patronize you. It works like magic. They begin to patronize you. They begin to see they begin to see you as somebody that a system in a particular industry. Yeah. They see you as somebody they can invest a lot of money to. They see you as somebody that, oh, this person has has built a good reputation so much that I don't mind spending my millions on him. When you call for a service or an offer, they are willing to pay it because they know you've been providing value to them so much that they cannot deny. They cannot deny. So that's one key thing to know. That's why I used to tell designers, content creators that it is important that you consistently show up. Even when you don't see follower counts, even when you don't see results. And I'm going to tell you, everybody has been in that level where they've been showing up and they did not see results. Yes, we are all in that level. But the key thing about social media is that you don't know who is coming to your page every single day. It's an open door. It's a door that anybody can barge in and barge out. And you won't know. Yeah, I can begin to share testimonies or experiences I've gotten. Somebody randomly from social media will just chat me up. Oh, I need a particular design. I don't know this person. He doesn't even follow me. Why? It's because of consistency. And now, why is consistency very important? Consistency is important because do you know? It's very important because people don't take their time to read things online. Let me show you something. Do you know that you need to advertise something like 100 times before they even know what it is? Talk less of even patronizing it. Yeah, I did the research when I was doing Creative Fest, an event last year on Dimension, and we were posting flyers every single day. I'll use the speaker picture, I'll use a quote, I'll do everything, motion graphics, I did everything. Somebody reached out and said he didn't even know that this was what I was posting about. That he didn't know from first hand. Why? Because people scan. They don't read on social media. They scan. They just scan through. So if you want to stay top of mind, why do you think Coca-Cola is still advertising today? It's because they know some people don't know that they exist. Yeah. Jumia, that is this delivery and online shopping platform, they spend so much on advertising. As you might assume that Jumia is popular, you know Jumia. A lot of people don't know what Jumia does. They don't even know what Jumia is. They don't even have the app. So consistency in showing up helps you secure a spot in their mind. That's why it's important. So that whenever they are talking to somebody in rooms where you are not there, they can remember, oh, I saw a chest flyer on branding. Oh, you should register, or he's the best person to do it. Why? Because I have put it on their face so much that it has sunk on their mind. It has entered their mind that, oh, this is something that this guy does. Yeah, I've promoted classes before. If you know me, I don't like to promote I see. In fact, I have a theory that I believe I am popular, so I don't need to promote something so much. It's a lie. If you have that belief, delete it, break it, and scatter it. You need to consistently promote your stuff on a regular, because if you don't do that, you won't know that some people even know anything. Even my friend is just doing his brand anniversary today. He posted it on WhatsApp. I didn't know. He posted it again. I was like, what are they doing? What posting? Until I saw it again on Instagram, I said, oh, brand anniversary. And I went to his DM. Ah, congratulations. Oh. Do you know I didn't even know this was what you were saying? Because not everybody mind is on social media that they're browsing. They are looking for the next thing. They are always looking for the next thing. So be deliberate, be consistent. Your consistency is going to help you in every way. Consistency is a part of marketing. It's a child from marketing. So you need to use it to your advantage. Like I said, many years ago, we didn't have internet, but you have 600 followers. You even have 100 followers. Imagine if 100 people were in a particular hall right now. You will use the opportunity to advertise about your business, right? So use the same way to show people that you have something that they need to pay for. So that's it. So if you want to know more, I have a session by dimension called growth sessions, and this particular one we are focusing on personal branding for creative professionals. Because Gift is my friend, initially it's 8,000 naira, so I'm going to give you for 7,000 naira, and it's only valid from now till tomorrow evening. But if you can make payments and talk to me on my IG, or talk to Gift, I would respond to you and send you the link. If you want to position yourself this year and make money, because this particular session I am trying to help everybody make money. The number one complaint I get from people online is, I've been showing up, yet I'm not seeing clients. As much as consistency is important, it does not equal sales. It does not. You can run ads and spend 1 million and still not see sales. It's possible. So personal branding is one of those anchors that helps you find who you should sell to, what they need, what you need to sell to, when to sell to them, and how you can keep them to yourself. So if you are interested, you can register, send a proof of payment, and send to my IG. My IG account is at Kre8ive Oche, Kre8ive Oche. Send me a DM. I respond to DM like normal WhatsApp chat. So of course, you can send me a DM. If you have questions right now, you can ask, and yeah, I'll call it a day.
How was the session? Please, I want you to put something in the comment. Let's know how was. This is just a very short. Now we're going to be putting together some other sections, but I want you to register for now. If you know me very well, you know that I'm a brand strategist, right? I have a lot of courses on seller that is on branding, but I'm not talking about them today. The reason is because I know that Oche is going to give you what you need to build your brand. And that's why I'm not talking about that today, right? He's having a growth section that is calling personal branding for creative professionals. Now, when I saw this, it was 8,000 when I saw it, right? So I told him that, okay, we need a discount for the people who are coming for this section, the people in our community. And he was able to remove 1,000 naira for you. And this is not, if you go normally, like, okay, I want to go and register. If you go on Seller, you would see 8,000 there, right? So you need to go to him directly, tell him that you're coming from the Masteryverse and that you were part of the section, and it's going to get you in there for that 7,000, which is actually a discount. And you need to thank us because we secured this discount for you, right? So it was an amazing section. Now I wanted to see something that someone said, because Oche was talking about that consistency does not always mean, the fact that you are showing up every time does not always mean that people actually know what you're trying to say. Now look at this. This is Martins. Martins posted an event last November. After weeks of posting ad copies and materials, someone messaged me and was like, what's this event about? imagine imagine you put out
That's,
your energy,
that's something very
your
crazy.
time to publicize a material, to advertise, write copy, use storytelling, every strategy in the books. You used everything. And then after days, after weeks, somebody is coming to tell you that, what is it about? Like, what do you mean, what is it about? Don't you see? Like, right? But this is just what happens every day. And that is why building a strong brand identity, even personal brand identity, is quite important. I mean, I was telling Oche before we went live that the ad we ran for this event that brought some of you here, some people, they saw the ad, they didn't like, of course, but we had hundreds of saves from that ad post, because I guess because they loved the concept of the design, they loved the messaging, they loved it. So most of them are saving because they want to copy it, right? Which is okay, right? Because at a certain level, almost every one of us copies in different levels. But that is okay. But at least there was something that got their attention. There was something that got them to look twice. People are scrolling. People don't have time to do all the wait and see me kind of thing. Can you see me kind of things? They are doing John Cena for them. They don't have time for all of that. So you need something. And amazingly, one of the things we talk about when it comes to branding is having a unique selling point, USP. And this is an amazing thing that puts you ahead of everyone. So there are some people here, you will never be an entrepreneur. Not everybody is going to run their own business, right? But you are going to be an entrepreneur, someone who builds a business in a business. So you are employed and you are in charge of a team, you're leading a team and all of those things, right? That is another area where you need, because there will come a time where you want to look for other jobs. And most times people think that their CV would always get them there. Sometimes it is that your personal branding that you've positioned that will actually give you those opportunities that you seek. So in this 2024, I know you are looking to increase your sales from $100 to $1,000, from $1,000 to $10,000, from $10,000 to $100,000, depending on what your faith and your services and products can compel. But your strategies should be strategic in the sense that you have a solid brand that can actually get people to buy. I was telling a person that if you are in a hot sun and you are walking and you want refreshment, the first thing you are thinking about is not malt. It's not malt. You don't think
It's
about
water.
malt under hot sun. It's Coca-Cola you are thinking about. And amazingly, it doesn't quench your taste. It doesn't. But they've created a perception of refreshment. Like when you see it, there's this perception that, okay, if I take this bottle of Coke, everything is going to be all right. It's going to be heaven on earth for me, right? That is something that they have created. And you must learn how to, and that is why you should register for this session with Oche. It is going to give you, this is a very quick, I told him that we're doing this for 1 hour, so we don't have a lot of time for him to break down the strategies, give you this, do this, do that. We don't have time for all of that, but he is going to be teaching you all of this in this section. So I want you to go on Instagram. If you look on the screen, see his Instagram handle. Go on Instagram, send him a DM, or if you are in our Telegram community, put a comment in the Telegram community. I'm going to open up the community after this conversation. Put a comment that you want it. I'm going to share the link to the course on the. Okay, no, I'm not going to share the link, because if you go through the link, you get it for 8,000, right? So you have to go through
Just
to
send me a
him.
DM.
Or
Send me a DM. I
yeah,
check DMs. Of course, just say you are from Masterclass and you want to register. That's the fastest way.
yes, fantastic. So please do that, and I'm sure you'll be in this class. Now, guys, I want to introduce something else. Thank you so much, Oche, for this amazing section. It was really strategic, and really, this is not something you can just go on YouTube and Google, right? And search out. These are from a place of experience, and we deeply appreciate the value that you brought on here today. Thank you so much. We're so glad to have you here today. Thank you so much. So, guys, I want to introduce something to you that we're going to be doing next week. Now, if you're in the Masterverse community, we have told you over and over again that we are committed to offering value to you. So, there's something we are bringing next week that is called the Self Mastery webinar. It is a special masterclass. I'm going to put up the flyer here so you can see it. We have this amazing flyer. How many of you have seen our flyers and you love them? You just love the concept. It's amazing. It's fantastic, right? Another indication that brand perception and identity matters so much. So we're going to be having what we're calling, this is actually a free webinar, right? It is a free webinar, and I'm going to be taking this myself. It is called, hold on, let me remove this so you can see. Hold on, let me remove this. Yeah, so it is called Self Mastery, Keys to Unlocking Your Personal Genius. We want to talk about this extensively. I have done my research. I have compiled my experiences. I have gathered all the information. And I want to show you how impactful your experiences, the things you've seen, the things you heard, they have affected your life. And we're going to be talking about 5 key factors that affect your decision. I was having a conversation with someone a couple of days ago, and I was telling the person about something that I do, right? And I came to understand that most times you make decisions not because you want to make this, not because you're smart, not because you want to make decisions, not because you're rational. There is a bias or an experience that is sponsoring that decision. And that is why it's no matter, there are certain people that no matter how much you teach them about saving, they will never be able to save, because there's an underlying philosophy and psychology, behavioral pattern that is existing in them that will never allow them to come to that point where they are able to save. There are some people, no matter how much you tell them that, oh, you need to stop collecting gifts from people because it puts you at a point where you owe them, right? No matter how much you tell some people to stop collecting debt, stop collecting loans, there are certain people, they will never hear you. Why? Because there is an underlying philosophy and psychology that is backing up those behaviors. So in this class, we're going to be talking about 5 key factors that affect your decision, influences your choices. We're going to be unpacking them. We're going to be unpacking them. You're going to see them, and I'm going to show you I'm going to practically show you why you behave the way you behave. You could be listening to me right now. Your love language could be gifts. Someone give you gifts, you forget everything you know in this life. Or maybe yours is quality time, right? If someone spends time with you, you start catching feelings, those kind of things. It's not your fault. It is a design in you. But there are ways that you can maximize your design. There are ways you can maximize who you are. There are ways you can maximize your temperament, your personality traits, your love languages, your triggers. Most of you don't even know what I'm talking about, but we're going to be unpacking it on Saturday next week. We're going to be talking about self-mastery, the keys to unlocking your personal genius and maximizing your potentials and profit in 2024. That's what we're going to be talking about, and I want to see you there. I'm going to put a link. I'm going to put a link shortly. The link is not active yet, but I'm going to put a link shortly before Monday in the Telegram community. So, but if you're in the Telegram community, set your alarm. On Saturday, we're going to break tables. It's not going to be 1 hour thing. It's going to be a little bit more than 1 hour because I'm going to show you why you made the decision you made. And I'm going to see that practically. And I'm going to be sharing from experience, from research, and from everything that we've seen so far. So thank you so much for joining this night. Now, I wanted to share something with us, but Oche has covered a lot of ground, and I'm sure that the ones that he was not able to cover is going to be able to cover them in his upcoming class. So that is why I want you to register. I'm going to put a link in the community. I want you to register and be sure that you are in that section. Thank you so much. Now, questions. If you have questions, would like to take questions. Okay, there's a question here. I don't know if Oche is still around. There's a question here from Martins. He says, how do you generate a USP? This is where I tend to be struggling. Fantastic question. Fantastic question. Thank you so much, Martin, for asking this question. I'm just going to see if Oche is here so he could touch on that question before if I have a contribution to put to that. How do you generate a USP? For those of you who don't know, USP means unique selling point. It is the very thing that distinguishes your business from thousands of other businesses, right? Now, I'm going to take that. Let me just show you something, Martins. Now, I told someone a couple of weeks ago in a section that one of the realities you must come in terms with is the fact that you are not, listen, guys, listen. If you're listening right now, if you're distracted, I want you to stop what you're doing. Listen to me right now. One of the realities you must have as an entrepreneur is the reality that you are not the only one selling what you're selling. You could be the only one selling in your village. You could appear to be the only one selling in your community. But there are people who are selling exactly what you're selling. It could not be, maybe it's not in the form that you package your own product, but they are also offering the kind of value that you are offering. Now, your responsibility is now to identify what will make you stand out. Now, if you go on YouTube, there are a lot of webinars, a lot of sections that are going on today. There are a lot of platforms that are having their webinars, but there's a reason you are here, right? There are a lot of people who are in your industry, but a unique selling point is what allows you to stand out of the crowd. So what is a unique selling point? For instance, let's say I don't know what you do, Martins. Can you give us a little bit of understanding of what you do? Let me just be practical so that I can show you what would actually work for you. This is supposed to be paid advice, but I'm going to show you what would work for you. What industry are you into, Martins? If you can put it in the comment, it would help us to unpack this question for you. What industry are you into? Now, let's say you are an author, you write books. That is your industry. Now, there are a lot of people who write books, people who have experiences more than you, people who are doing better more than you, people who have gone way ahead of you, people who are more attractive, speak better than you, and have all the things that you lack, right? They are there. Now, how do you now, as an author who is trying to come up, trying to communicate their ideas, the things they have in their head, how do you set yourself apart? Now, this is what you do. You have to make a research of your industry. Understand what is working for everybody. And when I'm saying make research, I'm not talking about you going on ChatGPT no, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you identifying at least 10 people in that your industry, 10 people who are doing fantastically well in that your industry. You identify them, unpack. There's a term that I use most times: reverse engineering. Reverse engineering. To engineer means to produce. Reverse engineering means to dissect something, to see the origin, to see the concept, to see the ideology behind the production of that thing, because that's what will help you to produce that same product. So you have to identify at least 10 brands or 10 leading corporations in that your industry. Identify them, unpack their service, unpack their product, reverse engineer what they do, and identify that unique thing that is making them stand out. Now, the moment you identify that, that cannot be your unique thing, because it's already their unique thing. It could be customer service, it could be early delivery, it could be their brand positioning, it could be their marketing. One of the reasons Apple is one of the most valued companies is because of its marketing. Steve Jobs was a marketing genius, right? So he set that culture. It could even be their company culture, something that sets them apart. Reverse engineer it, identify it. Then what do? Amplify it. Sit down, ask yourself, okay, this person does this, this person does this, this person does this, this person does this. How do I bring all of this together to convert it to a unanimous product, to sync all these things that these people are doing? You do that. Or you look at what they are doing and your approach is reinvention. You will reinvent every single thing that these people has been able to do to attract their customers. Reverse engineering, amplifying and reinventing, that is what you can do. And all of those things will help you to have a unique selling point. Now, you didn't put in the comment what you do. I would have been able to show practically what you would do to, but I hope this answers your question, Martins. I hope this answers your question if you're still on the call. So thank you so much, guys. It's been over 1 hour on this call. I'm so excited. Don't forget that on Saturday, we have a section coming up, which is called Self-Mastery. You don't want to miss this. You do not want to miss this. So set your alarm, get people to join. The registration link is going to go. Now, it's going to be free, but the replay is not going to be free because of the content I'm going to be sharing, because of the uniqueness and the exclusivity of what I'm going to be sharing. It's not going to be free, the replay, but to attend live is going to be free. Everybody can attend, but if you're going to listen to the replay, you're going to have to pay $15,000 or $10 to listen to the replay. Now, the replay of this section is going to be on our YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed, make sure to subscribe, and then we are going to be able to provide you more value. Subscribe, turn on notification, and you're going to see all of our content the moment they go up. So thank you guys so much. I'm so happy that you could join us today. Now, if you're not in the Telegram channel, get on the Telegram channel, turn on notifications so you don't miss any vital information. Thank you guys so much for joining tonight. I'm so happy that you could join. Do have a great night.